All right. I think everything should be good now. I'm hoping. First off, you guys will notice wrinkle-free shirt. Fuck you. We're trying this again. Plus, I really like this shirt. We're doing the TING Open round of 32. Also, I learned something this morning. And this isn't new information. They normally do this, but with like new commanders comes new themes and music and whatever. Have you listened to Han and Horner's like extended soundtrack, I guess it is?
No, I haven't.
It's actually pretty rad. I like it a lot. I didn't think it would be anything special, but I actually like it quite a bit.
Cool.
But anyways, guys, girls, it's the TING Open round of 32, so this is going to be a group stage. It's been a while because we had a huge break between the basically first half of TING and now this part of TING. Oh, wow. Okay, I don't know who Plagu is, but Plagu, if you're tuning in, fuck you. Donated $370 to the prize pool for the TING Open Season 4. Meaning the prize pool for the TING Open is now $5,000, and I have to play a show match versus Jesse now.
Good.
Well, you gotta cast it, so in your face.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, that's on the new patch, so unlike previous seasons, Jesse might have a chance to win. I'll have to sit down with Jesse and figure out when we'll do this, because honestly, I wasn't sure if this would happen anytime soon or not, but yo, Plagu, if you guys see Plagu in chat, give that guy some props. But there's some cool things to talk about for the group. So it's all Korean. It's not the tippity top of the Koreans like the Korean groups were, but these players qualified through qualifiers to actually get in. So we've got KeeN versus Impact into Jockshi versus Hurricane. And I gotta go put us on Team Liquid. That would make sense. Also, for everyone who wants to get like super stoked for what happened yesterday, first off, I still am not over how insanely awesome yesterday was for us. Just to hit 10,000 people, I'm gonna say on our own. I know it's mostly because of the front page, but there's a larger conversation to be had behind that. But to have hit that on our own was really fucking cool, and I'm still not quite over that. I know though that we don't have front page time set up for this, so it's not gonna be as hype. And I bring this up as the preface because I know there's gonna be somebody out there who nitpicks it and is gonna be like, wow, what happened yesterday? What happened today? I'm telling you, we don't have front page time today. But I'm still pretty freaking elated over it. Anyways, Zombie Grub has already started vetoes with the players. And I guess I've been doing a lot of talking while I got the tweets and everything fixed up. So I'm just gonna ask, hello, and what is your favorite color?
Hello, it's white.
There you go. Which is great because the first map is black-pink. Hey!
It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, well, it's not how I intended to, just lined up for coincidence sake. Thank you, by the way, to Shroom5 for the 35-month resub. Oh, speaking of this, if you guys don't know, sub gifting is now live. And there's actually somebody in chat. Oh, no, I just refreshed chat. Shit, his name started with like an X or something. Somebody today already asked me how was I doing, and I was gonna sub-gift them, and then I realized I didn't update the overlays and the other things I had to fix. But, okay, I want to do some sub-gifting today, for real. Because of two different reasons. One, I'm okay with wasting money. Secondly, I think it's a really cool feature. So, I'm not sure if I'll do it through like giveaways through the bot, or I'll just pick people at random who say nice or good, cool, funny, awesome things throughout the cast today. But sub-gifting is, yeah, it's a thing, and it's live.
Yay!
Yay! Oh, let me hop in the lobby with you. What's great is we finally have GameHeart back. I'm super happy about this because now we are live with the patch on Korea, which wasn't the case before. So we can show you guys things like the infographics and
Oh yeah,
we gotta remake that. Oh, actually, I should probably use the new GameHeart thing too. Let me go get that put in as well.
Yeah, all right.
GameHeart 3.0. Have you used it yet?
No.
Cool. Well, in before this fucking breaks everything, guys. But yeah, there's a new GameHeart out, and supposedly it just kind of tidies up some small things. It intertwines the 2v2 and 1v1 interface, and frankly, if this breaks things, we can always go back to the old one. But I don't think it should.
Yeah. I mean, there was the one GameHeart that had the random tooltip But otherwise, I don't think he's really been breaking things.
Game heart. Nice. Accept. Anyways, yeah. So infographs, workers building, workers killed, all the things we've kind of been missing the last couple of days are back, which is nice. Because I will say, I didn't realize how carried I have become by the workers killed notifications. I don't think we really missed a lot of worker kills, but there are definitely a lot of moments where I'm like, oh, right, I gotta hit like Control R now and show total workers killed because, yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. There was times where I thought there was less or more drones killed, so it is a bit of a crutch. The one that is standard or should be standard now.
Well, guys, we got this lobby coming up. Please, if you would kindly share this tweet, whether you're retweeting it or just liking it, I know I'd appreciate it. There's a dynamic to this, though, that seems to get asked every time I bring it up. And people are like, why do you want us to like retweet? We got no followers. We got no blah, blah, blah. The thing is, BaseTradeTV does. And the more people who like and favorited tweets, the more traction our tweets get to our followers. So even if you don't think you're doing much, trust me, by hitting that retweet, hitting likes, like it helps us out a ton. So thank you guys who do that stuff. I really mean it. But all right, let's string game sounds back up because I had those down. Upside down, Stranger Things. Oh God. If you guys hear any audio discrepancies, you know the deal. Let me know so I can fix it ASAP. But we got a TvZ to kick off our day. Spawning here to the top right, one of the most visited players to all of our tournaments. It's going to be the green Terran KeeN.
In the bottom left, as the red Zerg, he is Impact.
Who's been appearing more often recently, I guess with the off season going on. Gives him a little bit more free time to do things. But thank you very much to Springwood Slasher 1428 coming back for 2 months in a row to say you guys are totally awesome, loving part of this community. We'll love having you to be part of this community, he phrased awkwardly.
A nice message.
And an easy to pronounce name. So this is officially live. Everything you've seen us cast for Korean StarCraft 2 over the last couple days, it's been a mixture of the balance test mod and not technically super official map releases. Now everything is actually patched up on Korea. It's 4.0. You can use Mira and Han. You can free to play to Korea. And also, more importantly, now we have this thing set up where, yeah, these are all officially Blizzard things. Any tweaks that may or may not have gone through with the patch are no longer a question because it's all live. It's all 4.0.
Yes. Everyone's been updated. Everyone has free to play. So that's pretty awesome. You mentioned that Blackpink might have a wall problem on the live version.
Yeah, supposedly that's already been hotfixed. It's just the day one issues alongside the disconnects. Apparently there was a, but I don't know for sure because I haven't played this yet.
Yeah,
I've been super casual. I've actually roped 2 other streamers who don't ever play StarCraft 2 into trying co-op and such, and had some fun with it yesterday actually.
Yeah, I saw. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, Bree's really bad at StarCraft. I mean,
well, most people are really bad at StarCraft, so.
Yeah. She's actually, I was surprised because I left, and like 5 hours later, I checked back in, and she was actually still playing and doing 1v1s. And I was like, yeah, girl, go get it. Get that StarCraft.
So I was hosting Nate, and then Nate's stream hosted her. And I clicked on it, like, because you had talked about them. And I was like, okay, it says with Rifkin and then maybe something else later. And I looked at her co-op partner and it wasn't Rifkin. And I was like, maybe she actually likes this game.
Yeah, it was it was funny because I left and she didn't realize I left. She just queued and she's like, oh, wait, this isn't you. I'm like, yeah, I'm gone, dude. I was done.
Classic mistake. Classic.
All right, so we've gone over a lot of the changes over the last couple days, and we can continue to try and walk some of you guys through this stuff because it is new, and I apologize for redundant information that a lot of you guys do know. But there's been some key elements for Zerg that were changed for more of the mid to late game, not so much the early game. And I gotta ask you, Zombie Grub, have you seen that clip from Penguin that is making the rounds?
No, I haven't.
New lurkers look broken if done correctly. Oh my god.
Oh. Well, I'd seen clips weeks ago, I suppose. Now, maybe even months ago, because the lurker change wasn't changed. You know, the speed upgrade's always been the same since the first iteration of this patch. they're really fast, and like they actually can't be targeted down by the time they burrow. You can actually burrow on top of an army. I did that plenty of times. They're pretty good.
Melt DSC in chat, by the way, saying, hey, I clipped that one. Well, dude, give us the linky links if you got them. Also, oh, right, I'm supposed to mod Melt DSC. One of the newest mods here on the channel. Welcome to the family, dude. I know I subbed you yesterday and forgot to do the thing I meant to do, which was mod you in the first place. Also, Black Spade Kamui, thank you so much for the bitty bits. 500 little Kriegasms coming to our way. Good way to start off our day.
Yeah. So, we do have a typical TvZ, 3cc for KeeN and Impact going for a third hatch. A bit of a faster layer, I suppose. Not getting any evolution chambers, and I think that was even before. Oh, okay, not really that fast. 4 minutes has kind of become the standard nowadays. But still, playing the very standard TvZ, I suppose. Hellion should never be a threat, but KeeN, most importantly here, going for double armory, so mech it is.
Ooh, I'm excited about this. I've been watching Nathanius quite a bit since patch, and I think mech's looking really good versus Zerg right now. But of course, Nate plays mech different than most. KeeN may be thinking about typically tanks and Hellbats, whereas I'm watching Nate go like Mass Thors and Ravens. So we'll see what comes out of this. Hellions are, yeah, as you said, not going to be able to get too much done, and they shouldn't be too threatening. Queens are actually in a good response, and the creep spread out of Impact has been fantastic, so this is actually pretty well covered.
It is. The map Blackpink is fairly large, but it's not the biggest one we have. A couple of rocks to be destroyed in the middle too, but we haven't really seen super long games here. The amount of Zergs we've had have been really low, and the Terrans are being knocked out fairly quickly. So a combination of those things on the Korean server, anyways, you just been doing a lot of Korean stuff, means that I feel like the PvTs just all ended really soon, and then the PvPs also end around the mid game too. So maybe we'll see like a really long, like awesome 15-20 minute game finally, because it's mech versus Zerg, which is something that Impact's gonna have to scout eventually. I don't think he's scouted the armory. I think he just got in there with an overseer, and now he knows.
Now he knows. And I actually love that this is opening with Thors too. I'll talk more on why I think Thors are going to be good, and also why I think Nate's a trendsetter and all these other cool things to butter him up, but I'm sure he hears the ego for this later. But quickly want to thank Marciphemeral for the Twitch Prime sub. I hope I said that correctly, and if I didn't, I hope it was close enough. But Triple Banelings coming in here with a couple of Zerglings left over to pick off the lower SCVs remaining. This is going to be pretty nice. The Thors, if they're rallied up, might be able to intercept this, but it doesn't look like he knows it's coming, so I doubt those will be there in time.
Not really a reason to send your Thors there. But as you see the Overlord pop in. Hello.
The 8 SCV kills is pretty nice. Picking up a few extra through those legs, bringing it up to a grand total of 10. Surprise, surprise, KeeN. Impact, on the other hand, sits there with a 4th base coming down and close to 70 drones himself. So he's sitting pretty nice behind this damage.
Wow, that's look at the tooltip for the Cyclone upgrade. Upgrade name, Cyclone Rapid Fire Launchers.
I wonder if that's a Blizzard thing or a Gameheart thing. That's that looks special.
Yeah, but to elaborate, the Cyclone did get an upgrade. It now attacks like even faster, basically, I believe is like what the gist is.
To sky only, though, we should be clear, through lock on.
Yeah, so the initial like buff that the Cyclone got was that it attacks faster for the first 12 shots, and then when it attacks air, and then on top of that, it has an upgrade that makes it even attack even faster for those 12 shots. So, I mean, it's definitely a worthwhile upgrade to get if you're gonna go into Cyclones.
Well, you're not wrong with the way you described it. It's kind of confusing. But we'll
get the first 12 shots are even faster. Like, what's confusing about that?
Well, hang on. We'll get to that in a moment. We got the roaches coming through the front side here with these tanks. Big attack comes in and chases off those SCVs. KeeN's already lost a lot of workers, and taking another fight like this, not looking so hot. Hellions are driven off, not here to be Hellbats. These tanks, they wanted to reposition them so they wouldn't get corrosive piled, but came in a little bit late. One Liberator, one Thor. Doesn't look like it's going to be enough to hold this bust, and Ravagers, the SCVs are pulled to try and keep that tank up, but it dies.
Well, this is a pretty classic build, so there's nothing really to remark on here. KeeN got busted by a Roach Ravager all in, GG.
Oh, KeeN. I had such good hopes for Mech Man. Impact taking game 1, though. It's not too bad for Impact. Also, the weird splash art really just caught me off guard leaving the game. That was really weird, actually. I was just going to make mention, because Jimmy said about this in chat, we have a dedicated fan who wants to try sub-gifting. All he's requesting is that you guys who are not subscribed that would like a free sub to the channel, write why you like BaseTradeTV. Tag Jibby with an @Jibby so you can see your message, and maybe you'll get a free sub gift, which would be cool. Which would be really cool. But anyway, sorry, it wasn't, the cyclone thing wasn't meant to be you described it poorly or anything, but it's just, I'm aware of how confusing that sounds to try and explain to somebody who hasn't actually seen the extra rockets firing in advance. Like, once you guys see, if you see a cyclone in action at all, like, it's gonna make perfect sense. It sounds really weird considering the nature of what a cyclone is.
I guess so. I just can't think of any other, like, it might be a weird concept to make part of an attack faster. I suppose that's the weird part to it, but like that is what it is. It's the first 12 shots, but regardless of the explanation, we didn't get to see it in action. I don't know when we would get to see it in action. KeeN was going into tank Hellbat. Why did he get the Cyclone upgrade?
I imagine, excuse me, the new patch has a lot of fears the old patch had for mech, and that's primarily, is your anti-air sufficient? Getting a couple Thors out first, if I didn't actually check, I wish I had. I don't think he had Medivacs paired with that, so that didn't look like a Thor drop.
Correct.
So maybe he was just super extra scared of air for some reason. It's a hypothesis,
that's
but
surprising.
I mean, I can't say for sure, but that's the only reason I can think of why you'd prioritize the upgrade like that.
Yeah. Oh well.
But okay, folks, it's game number 2 in this best of 5. Remember, all these matches are best of 5, as it is a big old group stage. And coming in the round of 16, it's gonna be 2 Koreans versus 2 foreigners, which would be kind of cool. But
sure, yeah.
Man, I'm having trouble waking up today. More on that later. Because for now, in the bottom right, he's up 1-0. Currently, it's the Green Zerg Impact.
In the top left has the Red Terror, and he is KeeN.
Jibby's also, I guess, logging everyone's responses. I'm actually going to take the time to gift a sub myself to Mr. Serdokin here. Just because he said, I like BaseTradeTV because it hosts so many tournaments with the best players.
Aww.
Also, my PayPal got locked doing this, by the way. I gave away like 20-something subs yesterday to other people on other channels just to test the feature and have some fun and spread some love to my favorite streamers. And Twitch was like, yo, are you hacked? We don't know if you're hacked. We're just going to go ahead and lock you out to be safe.
Wow. Yeah, you must be gifting a lot. I mean, you gave me 2 gifts, but...
yeah, I think I gifted like...
a lot more.
I want to say like 15 or 16 in total.
Wow. That's very nice of you.
What is cool, though, and I wasn't quite sure if this would be the case, but it's been confirmed now. Yeah, there's the sub. It gives the alert, by the way. So I should note real quick, for anybody who's considering sub gifting, Twitch alerts, or excuse me, Streamlabs doesn't compensate for that yet. It looks like the person subbed on their own. It doesn't say so-and-so sub gifted somebody else. So if we ever misappropriately shout out the wrong thing, please forgive us in advance. But shout out to BaseTradeTV for giving a sub to Serdokin. Hey.
Also, I know that Shroud was complaining yesterday, like not just 12 hours ago, that it wasn't showing up on his dashboard either as new subs, which is kind of weird. So, I don't know. I imagine that it actually gets accounted for, but that the actual number isn't like being reflected. So, not that you're not getting money, it doesn't add into your sub count, which I mean is a problem, but I don't know if it lasts that long. Maybe he's just crazy too.
No, he what the thing is, he probably has so many subs, because the thing is, Shroud's got so many subs that they were
less
probably
than 30K
just,
now.
Well, my point was, I think he was having people just naturally unsub probably as new subs were coming in, because it 100% shows up in the dashboard.
I mean, it's very possible.
When you've got that many people, yeah, it's not just possible, but very likely, I think.
Yeah, you think it'd be something they noticed before, but yeah, he's a weird streamer sometimes. Like he's like really fun and really like cool to watch, really chill, but it also just feels like sometimes he doesn't really care. Like he doesn't like looking at a bunch of streaming things. He just plays a game and talks, and it's like, okay, that works.
He's always good at it too, right? Oh man, more love coming in from Black Spade Kamui. Thank you. He takes some more stabs at Jibby, who's at about 3/4 health right now. Saying, love the tie and button up. Oh, well, thank you. Looks like dressing up was worth it today.
The build has been slightly changed here. KeeN is going for an extra 2 factories before 3rd command center. So really, like, It sounds like third command center should be like such a greedy move, but it really has become one of the standards in this matchup, whether you're going bio or mech. You just, protect yourself with Hellions and Banshees usually. So for KeeN add on 2 factories, or I guess he only added 1, but still like more factories before third command center. He's definitely looking for something aggressive, even hides the armory here. But honestly, Impact should already know something is up just by seeing a second factory.
This is so freaking cool. So here's the thing, right? If we look at his vision, he actually hasn't seen the second factory.
What?
And
how?
This is what I'm saying, man. He hasn't
No,
seen
it
the
must have
second.
been lifted. It must have been lifted. That overload went right through the main. It had overload speed.
I'm not saying he didn't see it, but like as far as we know, looking at his vision, he didn't see it. And the hidden armory makes this a little bit like just cooler because of that fact. But yeah, roaches are popping out. He'll be ready to defend this. This for KeeN though was a really cool move, and I applaud his efforts. He's actually getting here. Sweet time for the roaches pop out. So 4 drones die. We'll see if we can get more. Some of them are stacked up. Oh no. Oh no.
And then a drop bug happens.
Impact, he got hit so hard by the attack, knocked him right out of the game.
Oh, gosh. I mean, it might just be Impact's computer. I don't want to... Apparently, they fixed the drops, but...
Yeah, because if this was the drops that we were experiencing, this would be an instant out, not like a lag out. So I think this is actually just genuinely a lag out. Because during co-op, I've had partners lag out versus like instant drop like you were doing, and there's no screen like when you would drop out, for example.
I thought it was different in ladder. Okay.
Regardless, we will just probably recover a replay. What's nice though is we can see, and this is a little bit sad, I suppose we should say, in the bottom right, Impact's APM did drop right before the drop happened. So, oh, well, no, it looks like he might still have some problems. Should still pause it at least, I think. But I was just gonna mention, if we do recover replay, we'll probably have to, yeah, there we go, rewind a few seconds because that was 453, so it's probably safe to go back to 450, I would imagine.
No, that was at the end of his actual drop. I think we should go to 442. Because 445 is when he first started to lag.
Okay, we can look into that. We'll confirm with the players, of course, before we go. So hopefully this won't be too much issue or too much drama. Got TING TV calling out Emil. I feel so bad for Emil. That's just like a meme that you're not going to be able to shake off at any point. And it's not like that was his fault or anything. Also, wait, why can't I join your game? The game is no longer...
If you...
Okay, we'll see if the invite worked. Maybe I need to relog. Yeah, I'm stuck on entering a lot. Oh, no, I'm good. Okay, cool. I just couldn't reel ID in for some reason. Every time I tried, it said the game is not available.
Oh?
Alright, well, Impact's let us know on Skype here that he's dropped out, so... I guess he's already back up and should be online here in a moment. Hopefully, it won't take too long. But while
Rifkin got back from a job interview at 3 in the morning.
Yeah, I was just like, guys, I got the job. I'm done with StarCraft. No, okay, here's the story. I wanted to dress up nice yesterday because I knew we were going to have front page time. We don't have front page time today. But everyone was giving me crap about how wrinkled my shirt was. Look how not wrinkled this bad boy is, okay? And I don't have an iron. So I just I couldn't fix it. So now I'm just wearing my shirt that I didn't get to wear yesterday, okay, guys? Like, I just whatever. I did make the mistake of shaving again, though, and like, my neck's all itchy. And this tie around my neck with an itchy neck is not a combination I'm enjoying. But, while we are waiting, let's talk about the sponsor of the tournament. So this is just my time to shill as Impact gets back online. TING presents the TING Open Season 4, and without TING, we wouldn't have actually been so comfortably at TwitchCon. So if you guys were some of the few folks who did get to meet up with us there, big shouts to TING for having us at their booth, and we got to do some minor meet and greets and all that. But they've been putting on several seasons of TING. All they ask is that we get a couple of signups each season to guarantee the next season. So to be clear, like, this season's good to go. We could finish the season with no signups, and it would just mean no Season 5. But if you guys want to buy the little $5 SIM cards on Match Arena or sign up through the bttv.ting.com promo link, any of these things will get us towards another Season 5. I think we're only like a quarter of the signups to what we need so far, which isn't awful, but it's not great either. So if you are thinking about swapping to Ting, now would be the time to do it. Also, Zombie Up just confirmed timing, so both players are saying go, I guess. Or Impact says something create. But anyways, if you want to learn more about Ting, guys, TLDR, it's a phone service that's like less than 25 bucks a month sometimes. It's meant to save you money. If you're somebody who uses a lot of data, it's not for you. But if you're somebody who sits around Wi-Fi watching streams all day, it might just be the service for you to save a couple of bucks each month. So again, check out bttv.ting.com. But you are now watching the Recover replay. Oh, with the new splash art that I am just not a fan of.
I really like it on the Battle.net launcher, but I really don't like it in its full glory. It looks just cartoony. That's just the end all be all. Looks like a MOBA or something.
I don't know about they feel cartoony. I just feel like compared to a lot of what they do, it reminds me of the Nova portrait for co-op. It just feels lower quality compared to the others.
Yeah, and I guess in that way it feels like cartoony for me. Like it doesn't feel as grand and epic. Like the tank actually has like really good detail, but Artana should be like much bigger. It's a very like lame composition with all three of them just in like the stance there. It's I don't know. Something that looks hurried.
All right, so here's the Recover game, guys. Right pretty much where we left off. Impact's still running for his life here from the Hellions. This went from 8 kills to 5. Gonna be about 6, 7. All right, so not necessarily awful damage, but not great damage either. However, one of the problems now for KeeN is Impact has gone full all-in mode as a response to this. Not trying to recover drones, not trying to saturate this third base. It's more lings, more roaches, and they're heading across the map. There's gonna be about 6 or more Cyclones out. I actually truly believe he can hold this. It's just not gonna be easy.
Yeah, I don't know if Impact really wanted to go for the all-in as much as he just was preparing to defend against Hellion Cyclone. So now that he has the units, he's going to try and realize, oh my god, it's actually Hellion Cyclone. And then, I mean, go back to building roaches because he actually tried to drone right there.
This awkward stutter step from the Cyclones as they slowly outrun the roaches. But looks like, ooh, elevating units to the main. KeeN's got to come back home with something.
That is a pretty nice drop. I mean, something to distract is good. KeeN is going for a very nasty push.
Lock on. Do the cool lock on. No. Links.
Oh, he just did it.
Walls down. Oh, man. This is all kinds of messy for KeeN right now. As he does push with the Cyclones, he does have a good chance to do some damage, but he is taking quite a bit at home. Not necessarily through SCV losses, but even just like having to abandon ship on mining for a few moments.
This is not that large of a push. It's not even that well protected against mass Ling floods either with the lack of Hellbats here. So this definitely should be manageable. Impact's put KeeN into a fairly awkward position, but perhaps Impact also got caught in one, not having the units already ready to go, them kind of like splintering, but actually it's perfectly fine.
No, so that a small mistake out of KeeN was like, I guess he had stopped microing, he was busy dancing back at home, so he just ate Corrosive Biles. There was no focus fire, so the Queens were just kind of getting transfused easily. That ended up being a pretty messy attack out of him. That could have, I think, done a little bit more than what it did. Regardless, we do have +1 coming out, and this, if it gets to finish up, is incredibly important for Cyclones. KeeN's also starting up a lot of extra factories, so production should hopefully be on the way. And for him right now, I think he's just breathing and hoping and crossing his fingers Impact's done. But Impact's going for another attack. He's following up with another big all-in. Hellion's coming down the left side. Are going to find no drones to fry. And when he realizes that, I'm not sure if that'll send him back home or push him in further. Because right now, what he has for defense, I don't think is adequate.
It is a little scary to watch roaches try and beat their head against a wall with Cyclones behind it. So I wonder if KeeN can hold, but he's going to need to do a bit more damage on this side. At least drawing some of the Lings back. And perhaps getting into the natural. The roaches are going at the drone or the supply depots now, but those are actually going to last very long at all. They immediately get busted. Not many Lings, as they all responded to the Hellion threat, which are now Hellbats, and they're barbecuing all the Lings. So nice. Just roaches and Ravagers could be susceptible to Cyclones and an SCV pool.
Oh, I love the mass repair on this Cyclone. It's the only reason he's not dying in the main. Meanwhile, over here, it's very tough to fight. The Cyclones will chew through the roaches. That's not the problem here. It's the Ravagers that are not armored units, so they don't take any bonus damage.
20 SCVs is pretty good.
3 CCs, though, so I don't know if that's enough yet.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at as well. I wouldn't say it is, especially since the army is still relatively intact and just growing. But Impact, I mean, I think he's still got a shot to take all these Cyclones. If he had any amount of Lings here to wrap around them, keep them in place, he would definitely take them on. But even without the Lings, the Corrosive Biles end up getting a couple shots in. The range of the Ravagers end up being a problem. Tank finally pops out, but that's going to be dangerous to lead anywhere sieged.
Command centers are burning. It's third one on the high ground, not actually getting repaired. Tank fire is not that impressive against non-armored units either. This is the problem for KeeN.
I guess this is going to be game. Impact is busting through, killing all the Cyclones.
Jeez. I really like everything KeeN tried to do that game. The setup for the second factory, the hidden armory. I think there's a lot of cool potential to what he was aiming for, but ultimately fell a little bit short.
It feels like if you see a second factory like that, and I'm like 100% positive that Overload went when it was lifted, it went right through the middle of those factories. It already tells you it's a Hellbat Cyclone. Like, I feel like 9 times out of 10, not a defensive thing, and then you just check again, and if it's just nothing but Hellions and Cyclones, then obviously you know what's up. And that type of knowledge, like, why hide the armory? Why do the push? Everything was going awry anyways. KeeN was put in an awkward position.
Yeah. We're going to go to our first commercial break of the day, guys. We'll be back here in just 2 minutes. I also have to reset this thing down here, so... today was a messy start for my day, and I apologize for it. But we'll be back here in 2 minutes with Game 3. Alright, folks, it's game number 3 here for the TING Open round of 32 qualifier group. This first series is almost over, though, because he's up 2-0. To the top left, we have the green Zerg player, Impact.
In the bottom right, as the red Terran, it is KeeN.
So, I'm not sure where the game music is. It sounds really low, or not at all, or I'm not sure. But let's put in some of our own sexy music for a moment, because... Thank you very much to Judo Trip. Gives us a long message for $3, but I'll read every word of it. It says, came across your channel by accident during Make Korea Great Again, and I've been watching StarCraft ever since. Never even played a single game. Thanks for the analysis and the entertaining stream. Zest is best. Well, Judo Trip, thank you kindly for that. If you're in chat right now, type something for me. But also, and more importantly, for those who have never played a single game of StarCraft 2, now's the best time to do it, because it's free to play. And that sounds like a little bit of a shill, but the reality is we're seeing a lot of people get into this, which is cool. And I don't know, I'm really excited to see, not this month, not next month, and not next month, but probably halfway through next year, I'm hoping to see a living, breathing surge of new players into the pro scene.
I could really just tell by even like Reddit. I know it's like a terrible thing to look at on a daily basis, but like when you go to new, it would be like 4 new titles, unless there was drama, of course.
Yes, there was a lot of new posts, a lot of good posts too.
Yeah, and you know, it's funny because someone in the Reddit thread actually said exactly what I was thinking. Their comment was something like, I mean, I don't like to use the word, but it was like, this thread is so dumb. That's how you know that like StarCraft's really alive again, or something like that, because the thread was just this guy explaining how cheese is like the worst thing about an RTS, and how StarCraft 2 is actually not a good game, and he's such an RTS veteran, he knows what he's talking about, and he knows he's good at the game because he beat hard mode AI, and his friends that play StarCraft 2 so they've never done that before, and it was just like 5 paragraphs long of him. And I was like, this is the quality Reddit posting that we need to know that we're in a live game.
No, I know this is great, and I noticed the exact same thing you did, where I would make a post, like a shit post too. It was like I was linking my tweet about Nate from the summit or something, and I would check it in the morning, and normally that post is still there at the top of new, but it was like pushed off to even the second page. I'm like, okay, there's people doing StarCraft stuff again. This is cool.
Yeah. So it's really cool to see, and a lot of people are saying that they like enjoy it and they're having fun doing stupid shit. And like there was another thread where like someone had to be explained that tanks when you siege them or outrange certain things, and I was just like, oh, that was for StarCraft.
All right, so real quick, we got a resub coming in from Graham J. Henry, 2 months. Woot woot! Thank you for the resub, and then Judo Trip for all those nice words, man. I had to gift you a sub. New feature, new awesome thing to do, and a big thank you for the, I guess, kindness of sticking around, because it's almost been a year since we did Make Korea Great Again.
Yeah, awesome. So we haven't got a lot of time to talk about the 2 players. You know, you noted that KeeN is just like he's one of the most prolific players of BaseTradeTV tournaments, I suppose. It's like it's very specific, but very true. And Impact's just been playing a little bit lately, but I want to emphasize as Impact is up 2-0 now, and this could be the last game, that Impact has been not on a rise necessarily, but has always had great potential in him. That sounded very corny, I know, but like
you sound like
he won the
Senator
VSL.
Palpatine, like.
Yeah, he won the VSL, but that wasn't like very prestigious. He continues to like sometimes gain these like 3-0s or 3-2s over like really great players like Innovation. He's always had the potential to like 3-0 some good players. KeeN, as much as we love KeeN, and he had like his probably most highlight moment of this year was at in Toronto, getting second place, almost getting first. Otherwise, just really has never had, I feel, that potential of like 3-0 someone that was pretty decent. So this score doesn't like. I don't like that it's a 3-0 potentially, but it does make a lot of sense actually. So,
well, what's actually really noteworthy is that almost nothing from the patch has affected this matchup between these two, other than the extra mineral patches and gases in the main. Because all the early game Terran stuff hasn't really been affecting why KeeN's been losing. All the changes to Zerg came to the late game, which we haven't been getting to. It's just been these Ravager busts. Yeah.
I mean, the Cyclone upgrade, but that it wasn't really used, and then nothing else. The Infestor upgrade is the Infestor change rather is probably the biggest, along with probably Vipers would be next on that list, especially if this actually got to late game mech, but we haven't gotten there.
I may actually be totally incorrect with my statement just now, because someone in chat brings this up about, well, frankly, QQ, but maybe the Widowmine nerf is a big part of why he's not playing Bio. Maybe it's just like, okay, this is stupid, like, I'm just better off playing mech.
I just feel like that's so unlikely. I mean, first of all...
He's been playing mech before that, like...
Well, yeah, that's true, too. But, I mean, going for every single time, like, I don't know that. But Widowmines... Okay, first of all, people were going tanks anyways, right? Like, that has been the new thing for, like, the past couple months, because against Ling Bang Hydra, you want tanks. Although KeeN was a guy that did do Widowmines. I'm gonna lie. But then also, Widowmine just, especially in this matchup, they felt like they were one-time use only anyways. There's always an Overseer. There's always Banelings that detonate on them. Like, I feel like the goal of this matchup is never to get, like, multiple shots or harassment done with the Widowmines. Like, to get their one shot and hope to God that it does the work. So I don't know if that would really change his method here.
Well, at least we get to see something a little more straight up from Impact. He's going for Ling Hydra Baneling. Granted, it's against mech, but... Still, I feel like his macro, his map control already, taking almost no damage just early on from both Hellions and Banshees. I've just got blind faith in Impact right now. Also, interesting question being asked in chat. What heals Hellbats faster? The healing rate from the new Raven repair drone or the medevac? Well, you might find the answer kind of interesting because none of it matters. Shield battery is the best.
Good one.
Which, by the way, we should note, Joxy and Hurricane will be playing their match immediately after this one. And I'm not quite sure how that one will go. They're both players who did not compete in the BTSL or the Elima League this week, so we haven't gotten a peek at their new patch skills yet. Because we've mostly been watching Zest obviously dominate stats, Trap, Gumiho, Innovation, TY.
So, Joxy did do fairly well at Home Straight Cup, so I have some hope in him. But yeah, we haven't seen Hurricane at all. This game is still continuing on. Perhaps this will end in a 3-0, but no damage has been done to either side. KeeN got away with 3CC finally, like with SCVs. Impact, 4 bases. Not a Roach Ravager all in this time like the first game, but actually Ling Bane Ling Hydra might still be looking for an opportunity to attack. I mean, his economy is fine, but if he sees too few tanks...
This is the beauty of having tanks, though. With Ravagers, they would just get shot down. You get the Curse of Biles, nothing you can do to stop that. This, with good focus fire, can actually make sure... Oh, it doesn't raise the depot! Let's see, with good focus fire, it makes it so the Lings and Banelings might not even get on top of the army. Then it's only Hydras to deal with, and Hellions can take care of Hydras. But we do have the boss coming from the front side. He was really distracted by that Ling run by. And yeah, this is a bit of a wash. Rest in peace.
Game. Certainly having 6 less Hellbats on the front lines and also having them all clumped up like that didn't help, but... Yeah.
Yeah, the depots being down were... rookie moves, what it was, frankly.
Yeah, KeeN not making it work with mech. His mech has gotten better over the months, but it is still one of the least refined mech players.
We should note that while he's not maybe dead here, he's definitely dead here. 3 CCs is great, but 34 SCVs and damage is pretty freaking good. The army was also kept low. One of the good things we see about mech players is even if they don't have a great economy, they can still usually turtle up to like 150, 200, and then they push and they can actually still fight in the game. I don't know that KeeN's going to hit that number anytime soon. He's sitting on 81 supply, whereas Impact coming up around 150 himself.
Yeah. I mean, Impact could use a little cushion in his bank here. You know, 64 drones isn't the most amazing economy on 4 bases, and he doesn't have those extra gases either, but I think he's fine. He'd have to really misjudge a fight here to lose his lead, which is possible. Maybe you misjudge how good Hellbats are when you don't take them out immediately, for instance. But he's just going to drop on top of the Hellbats? Nah.
I don't know about drop it. They're queens, though, so whatever they can just transfuse and soak some hits and allow the other units to come in.
Wait, I didn't know Overseers also had surveillance mode.
Oh.
I just missed that entirely.
Their extra eyeball sits above them.
That's so weird. Freak out, man.
That does look really weird.
I guess that's fair.
So Overlords have siege mode too. Good to know. Do Ravens? What does Terran get? Probably nothing.
They get nerfs.
Yeah, they're like, we've increased the vision range through surveillance mode on Overseers and Observers, and for Ravens, we've taken away all of their good abilities, replaced them with weird ones, and also reduced the range by 3. Like, oh,
cool.
Okay, sounds about right.
I really entirely missed that Overseers also got siege mode.
Me too.
Like, what the hell?
I actually kind of wish this was like Eye of Sauron thing. I would just start shooting lasers or something on the top of it. I really want Carbot to address this section more than anyone else, frankly.
Yeah, right? Oh, God. KeeN's not willing to give up 3-0, but being back on 2 bases is terrible.
Yeah, he's trying to hold on. I guess the argument is there's more mineral patches, so maybe you can stay on this a little bit longer, but in this case, all that's going to do really is prolong the game. Hide just come to the backside. You can actually pick these up. There's just very little anti-air, and yeah, it just does exactly that. No blue flame. Just drops on top of the tanks, and this is finally going to see the end of the game. I had high hopes for KeeN, and I'm excited to see Mech, but unfortunately did not work out 3 games in a row versus Impact.
Well,
we still have Jakshi. We always have Jakshi to rely on. So, TVP coming up next, guys. It's going to be Jakshi versus Hurricane. I actually will give favoritism to Hurricane. Combination patch, but also Hurricane has been picking up some momentum even before the patch. So, while Jakshi may or may not have had a decent showing at Homestory Cup, I've got some pretty good faith in Hurricane.
Ting.
Well, speaking of that, we got to play a commercial for TING, guys. So, sit tight. We'll be doing some sub-gifting throughout the stream today. I kind of like Jibby's method of doing this, by the way. Instead of just doing like a random raffle, do like a... It's like a write a good message and we'll like reward positivity with positivity type thing. But word from our sponsors, and yes, this is paid advertising, so real quick for those who don't care for this at all, you got like 5 minutes to go break, get some food, bathroom, snacks, you name it. Because yeah, we gotta play commercials, then we'll get going to the next best of 5 as soon as possible. But thank you, Jibby, for gifting a sub to Skokie. But we'll see you guys here in a few. Thanks for watching.